All right, y'all, let's get it. I'm gonna read to y'all a little bit. This is the introduction. I'm sorry this short book has taken so long to write. What the reader should realize is that he is not alone. Tens of thousands of people are going through something similar around the world. This book hopes to give some practical advice and understanding of how different perspectives can cause confusion and frustration for the target, and hopes to consolidate some solutions others have found. There are people that have been released from the programs. Y'all. There are people that have been released from the programs. I don't know who they are, but this is rare. It is more realistic to expect the intensity of the various attacks to be lessened, and whereby personal, physical, and psychological coping mechanisms are found. This book is basically a compilation of the most commonly asked questions a novice asks when bought into these horrific government programs of experimentation, manipulation, and silent assassination. That's right, he says silent assassination. The question are answered as simply and sufficiently as possible. This book is not meant to produce fear. This book is not meant to produce false hope. It hopes to alleviate suffering. It offers suggestions from hundreds of TIs through from their stories. It seems that what works for one person does not necessarily work for another. Large scale studies, large scale studies have not been done because of lack of government grants in this area for the fringe. As more and more people come forward, the fringe will become the norm. All right. All truth passes through three phases. First, it is ridiculed. First, it is ridiculed. Secondly, it is violently opposed. Third, it is accepted as being self-evident. That was just a quote from somebody. But anyway, let's move right along. Now I'm just going to read to you right here about what it says AI. This is like, I'm going to read to you about the glossary. The glossary terms. AI, short for artificial intelligence. Y'all should know that. These are computer programs that stimulate human intelligence, including speech recognition and natural language conversations. Algorithm, a step-by-step procedure. Data mining, the science of using algorithms to parse out of information, alerts of categorizations of extremely large databases. Do, of course, you know that as directed energy weapons. The general classification of these weapons can include microwave, lasers, sound, and even building shaking. How many of y'all experienced that? They can make your bed move or whatever. Any type of energy that can be directed at a biological or structural target. Electronic warfare. These involve weapon systems that interfere and can take control of electronics such as alarm systems, car locks, electronic garage doors, computers, etc. And see, y'all gotta understand too with the electronic warfare, this is how they can get in your car and whatever. EMF, electromagnetics, gaslighting, techniques used to produce paranoia in a person. That's just a short term that he had for gaslighting. Of course, there's more. Gaslighting is when you trying to tell somebody what's going on about something and they constantly tell you that you're tripping. It's all in your head. That's gaslighting. Information warfare, the use of electronic warfare, computer network operations, psychological operations, and deception to influence, disrupt, corrupt, or usurp the decision-making process of a group or individual. This is a general classification that involves perceptions of human beings and their belief systems. It can include cyber or cybernetic warfare. Martha Mitchell effect, a psychological misdiagnosis of delusion in which the subject's story, being strange, ends up being true. And that's called the Martha Mitchell effect. Let's go before we run out of time on here. What's that? What's that? Memetics. Memetics is the study of ideas and concepts viewed like living organisms, such as genetics. Idea that bred in host minds, ideas that bred in host minds mutate and evolve as they spread. NLP, the acronym stands for Neural Linguistic Programming. The techniques are used in advertising and positive hypnosis, but the CIA uses it in their techniques to program others to kill, which includes various drugs and mind control techniques, or for reprogram a person from one loyalty to another. Perp is short for perpetrator, someone involved in nefarious activities. Pretty sure y'all should know what that is, right? Psychotronics, this is old terminology meaning the effects of electromagnetic fields on the human mind. If you're TI, well, I mean, everybody's being bombarded and hit with the psychotronics, man. You know what I mean? You know, everybody's under this, because remember, we're in a mind anyway, right? This matrix is a mind, right? PSYOPs, short for psychological operations, passing information to a group or individual to influence their emotions, motives, reasonings, and ultimately their behavior. Such uses include propaganda. The purpose of psychological operations is to fool the group or individual into doing what the instigator wants them to do. It is even used against politicians to increase war budgets. PSYOPs, you already know what PSYOPs is, you know what I'm saying? PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. It often occurs after traumatic events and leave mental scars which are difficult to cure. It is purposefully induced for interrogations, brainwashing, and mind control. Satan, an above top secret mind control weapon system used worldwide for eugenics of so-called descendants. It stands for silent assassination through adaptive neural networks. That's what Satan stands for. In this passage. Silent assassination through adaptive neural networks. It's called Satan. Synthetic telepathy. It is the most common terminology for direct brain to computer. Listen, y'all. Synthetic telepathy. It is the most common terminology for direct brain to computer to brain communication artificially. The technology can transmit emotions, words, sensor perception, biodirectionally to the hive mind, usually 2 to 6 people in a hive. I don't know about that right there. I think they all in a damn hive. I don't know about two to 6 people, you know what I'm saying? Synthetic telepathy. I guess he's saying it was like two to 6 bots at one time. You know, only 2 to 6 is like that's in the hive telling people what to do. I don't know. It is the most, let me read that again. Synthetic telepathy is the most common terminology for direct brain to computer, to brain communication artificially. Brain to computer, man. Your brain is on a computer, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why you can think of something and it pops up. Because the AI is listening. The technology can transmit emotions, words, and sensory perception biodirectionally to the hive mind. All right. Keep on. TI. TI. What is a TI? Target individual. That this is an acronym. It's commonly used to mean when you are on a government re-education or silent assassination list. Wow. Trolls. Y'all know about the trolls. They all around you. These are agent provocateurs, mostly on the internet, whether government affiliated or not. V2K, this is another old but commonly used acronym to mean voice to call, often called V25 or what is that, V2S. But this term doesn't define the type of technology used for transmission of voices. There are four published technologies. So you got V2K and then you got V2S. Alrighty. Let me read this one paragraph. Let me see if I got enough time to read this one paragraph right here before I shut it off. Government mind control programs. Many of the discovered government and mind control programs are trauma-based conditioning. Here is a short list of revealed programs. Project Bluebird, initiated in 1949, was the first CIA behavior modification program. Bluebird morphed into Project Antichoke to create program assassins and split personality spies. That's interesting. Then the CIA added to the goals of the program into its most famous mind control program, MK Ultra, for espionage, counter espionage, and clandestine manipulation of global politics. Thousands of pages were declassified on this program during the 90s church hearings. These programs were followed by many others under new names and budgets, such as MK Search, MK Delta, Chatter, Spellbinder, MK Naomi, etc. The current programs are classified, but MK Ultra continues in new forms and under new names and budgets. Y'all hear that? The current programs are classified, but MK Ultra continues in new forms and under new names and budgets. It's like saying, same shit, different toilet. Another common program is a trauma-induced form of mind control called Monarch Programming. Project Stargate was a cover story of psychic spying. However, it used very advanced remote sensing and influencing technologies on human beings, which has become global. The leak newer programs follow Disney themes. So there you have it, y'all. I'm not gonna read no more right now. Hold on, or should I? You want to hear something? We got a little bit more time. Hold on, I think we got a couple more minutes. It says the awakening. The first thing one notices is that there is something wrong with the world, society, the news, and people are actually acting unusual and unaware of a better world that could be created or should exist already. Freedom is an illusion. When the pains and mental distortion occur, the target will suffer from disillusionment, loss of free will. Shit, you ain't got no free will. And feelings of being watched with feedback of the monitoring 24/7, depending on the program that the specific target has been placed in. Some will experience tinnitus, V2K, and organized stalking. Now, see, we got to be clarify that. You see what I'm saying? Like, everybody's on different levels, depending on the program that the specific target has been placed in. Everybody's on different level. Everybody's not being targeted the same. The target will often notice campaigns and defamations and slander run against them. The target will realize that news is propaganda for real. News is propaganda, and the rest of society is unaware, not fully awake, almost hypnotized, or too self-centered to think of others' suffering. They see the lies of politicians and government as just another kind of crime industry. Hold on. Let me get a little more, a couple more minutes. What is their game? Every action a TI can do, every action a TI can do damns them. Damn. It is a checkmate before the target even realize they are at war with an unknown enemy. This is spiritual warfare, y'all. It is not exactly fair, but neither is war or life in general. There are many experiments and reasons for doing these horrific long-term crimes against humanity in order to sample points of culture, language, and countries. But let's look at some of the most brutal programming and silent assassination methods the U.S. government is doing to create false flag fear in the general public. Here is some simple flow chart of how to create a suicide or a program assassin. And I'm gonna stop right there because we're running out of time. But let me know, man, if y'all want to hear more from this book, player. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna really tell you. I want to tell you. I might put it in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna say it on the video or what book I'm reading from. But it is a Gangstalking book, and you can go on Amazon and you can buy yourself one if you would like to know, instead of guessing about what's going on. Like really know what's going on. Stop assuming. Stop guessing. The information is here, is at your fingertips. And if you can't do that, then just tune your punk ass to Gangstalk Simulation, man, where you gonna get it for free. Cause your damn sure ain't paying me nothing. You know what I'm saying? So the cash app is down there. If anybody want to be supportive, look out for the God. I don't know how much time we got left on this planet. You know what I'm saying? Before we all check out. But every time when I think about death, man, I'm like, man, it gotta be a beautiful thing. Can I get a hello there? Holla back, y'all. We out, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, man. We out. Hit the cash app, support, stop being stingy. We out. All the bosses going to hell. Don't worry about them. You know what I'm saying? They sold their soul. Right now, this is your time to suffer. The boss is gonna suffer later. It says it in the Revelations. You know what I'm saying? You know that they're gonna get it. They're gonna get it. So you go through your suffering now. Let the boss go through their suffering later and throughout eternity. Can I get a no there? We out.